Well, Dodge Journey's back in the garage. This time we have a EVAP solenoid that's gone on it. Part number CP646 right there, like as you can see. And what does it look like? And that's all it is, a piece of plastic. It's just a solenoid valve. It allows vacuum to pass through this. All right, so what's the purpose of this thing? And why would I be changing it? Well, what happens is these leak. They're a vacuum solenoid. So when it operates, you'll sometimes hear chug, 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 that kind of sound when you start your car. But what it's doing is it's taking gas fumes, raw gas fumes from the charcoal canister. And on this car, the charcoal canister is underneath toward the back of the car. So what does the charcoal canister do? The charcoal canister absorbs the gas vapors. Since these are a sealed unit and you don't want any, the idea is not to let any gas fumes into the atmosphere, so it scavenges all those and stores them in that charcoal canister. That's kind of the very high level of it. So what this does when you start your engine, the vacuum of the engine is pulled through this solenoid valve and it starts drawing off those vapors that are in that charcoal canister. So what happens to these is this will start leaking vacuum and you'll have a vacuum leak on your engines. So let's take a cover off here. Pretty straightforward. You just pull up on the cover, set it aside. It's not terribly hard to get at, but it is way down in there. See if I can get a light in there. All right, I got a light down in there. So this is it right here. That's the vacuum solenoid. And it just pulls off of, there's a clip on it. We'll see if I can show it to you or not. There's a clip on the side right here. So it just clips over that and pulls off. So you can just pull your thumb on it like this and pull it off of there. And there's a couple of hoses obviously we have to unhook. One right there. And there's one on the other side. So what happens, what's going on with it, it's changing, it's throwing engine codes concerning the EVAP system. And that's what will happen when you have that vacuum leak. So we have it disconnected from the mount. So there's a couple of clips on it, and I'll try to show you once I get it out of here. And then there's the electrical plug as well. And it'll have the safety lock on it, the red safety lock. We'll get that off there. And it'll be probably a little bit stuck on there. All right, the plug is not easy to get off on this one. If I could just get the hoses off, I could bring it up and show you maybe. So the bottom hose is just fitted on there. And the other one is on this retainer clip, little plastic retainer clips. There she goes, there she is. And now I'll see if I can get this power cable off here. There it goes, so there it is. So we've got, this one's just a rubber fit. There's no clamp or anything on it right there. And this one has this type of a clip. So you squeeze them and pull them off. Now it's gonna be, you're in a fight with it. So I have to move this clip. So I don't think a new one came with the solenoid. And of course your power plug, it's just a two prong. You can't mix it up. It's indexed and how it goes back on. And that's all it does is allow, when the computer sends a message out to turn this on, based on how much vapors are in the EVAP system, it turns that solenoid on and you'll hear it go chug, 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 chug like that. And it'll suck the raw gas vapors out of that canister. If you're having trouble with a code for EVAP after that, you'll have to go a little deeper. We have the new one and there's nothing else in the box. So don't throw this away until you transfer that little clip over. And you should just be able to pop that off. Maybe a screwdriver behind the little tabs, like so. Christmas parade on it there today. That's why you hear the sirens. It's almost Christmas. Wow, where does the time go anyway? So anyway, they just clip off and this clips on the other one. So you guys can't see what I'm doing in there, so I'm going to put this back on and then I'm going to test it to see if it's all working right. This is a over 300,000 kilometer vehicle, so there's quite a bit. All right, here we are. So he's got a PO456 and a PO457 that relate to the EVAP system, evaporative emissions system. So EVAP for short. So this cap could be because of this. This PO456 could be causing the PO457 to come on. So let's go back out and we'll get rid of those codes and see what comes back. Now there's other codes in here, yes, I know. So I'll shut the, I had it running here just to get to a little bit of battery charge because you got some battery issues too going on. So ignition on, engine off, yes it is. And we'll get rid of them, yes we will. And we'll see what keeps coming back. Successfully erased. All right, so I'm gonna start her back up and then I'm gonna, well, actually just gonna run the codes again, see what's in there. And then I'm gonna do a quick erase on all of them to see what comes up, because the airbag, I know it's the wire going to the squib, it's under the seat. No, actually the steering wheel in the clock spring is bad. Lots of problems with this car. All right, so we're back to some wireless control. That's the he has a problem with one of the tire sensors as well. So he brought me some new ones of those, but we're not doing that today. And there's the airbag one back again, and knew about that. That's the clock spring. So it looks good. So I'm going to get out of here, start the engine, and we'll see what happens. So I'll come back to you as soon as I find out if anything changed. All right, the engine light's off. So I'm going to run another code scan. The tire pressure monitor's flashing there, but that's going to happen until we change one of the sensors. So let's do an auto scan, see what's happening with the engine. Still a fault. That could be the short runners, because remember the short runners were having this issue. The airbag one's still there, and the tire pressure one will probably come up again too. There it is. Yeah. So we'll get rid of the. So we'll see if the EVAP one came back. So let's go. Okay. Let's have a peek at these. Read the codes. Okay, so short runner is the only one left, is the short runner on here for the engine, for the ECM. So that's a pending code. That may require changing the whole intake. I don't know if I can fix that or not, but we're focusing only on the EVAP, and it looks like the EVAP is fixed. So he does have a bit of a problem with the throttle on this, so that most likely this here, short runner. Anyway, so that's it for the EVAP system. We have fixed that. So that's the EVAP solenoid, evaporative solenoid. Easy to change, so if you're having PO446 come up, which may cause PO447, which is a gas cap error, but if you're only getting the gas cap error, you just want to check your gas cap. So last thing to do, remember to put the cover back on. You know how many times I've had this car in here and I forgot to put this cover back on. So it's a bit tight on this car to get in there, but you can. It's always a bit snug. There it goes. There we are. Just like so. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.